Okay, here's the thing. You know that episode of Modern Family where Claire keeps getting hit on by one of Phil's clients? Like, he literally kisses her on the lips multiple times, and she tries to tell Phil about it, and she tries to tell Phil, oh, this guy, played by Greg Kinnear, who's, like, very charming and very handsome, and, like, in one of my favorite movies of all time, Stuck in Love, which is a Thanksgiving movie. But anyways, played by Greg Kinnear, who is very, very charming, and he's being very charming to Claire. So Claire's like, hey, this guy's, like, he's hitting on me. He's hitting on me really hard, and it's always when you're not looking at me, so you are not seeing this, but he keeps kissing me on the lips. He keeps coming over and doing these things, and bringing expensive bottles of wine and, like, fixing things that you've never fixed before, and, like, paying a lot of attention to me, and he is hitting on me. And I need you to understand that A, it's making me uncomfortable, and B, you really need to think about this because he's one of your clients. And Phil tells Claire that it's all in her head. Phil not only tells Claire that it's all in her head, he keeps pitying her for feeling the need that she just has to tell him this made-up lie that's absolutely untrue. It can't possibly be true. She's just saying it because he hasn't been paying enough attention to her. And I think at one point in the episode, he literally pats her on the head like she's a child because he's pitying her so much, because he's like, I haven't been paying enough attention to you recently with how busy I've been with work. It's a pumpkin. He's a pumpkin. With how busy I've been with work, I am so sorry, sweetie. And he's like, I guess it's just unfair of me. And throughout the entire episode, we as the audience keep seeing Greg Kinnear's character kiss Claire on the mouth, do these things that are very clearly him hitting on her. And when we keep seeing Claire try to be like, here's the proof that this is happening, we keep seeing Phil missing it because he doesn't care, and he doesn't actually care that this guy is gonna hit on Claire anyways, because what he really, really wants is the job and the money that's gonna go with it. And then, at the end of the episode, when Greg Kinnear's character invites Phil and Claire over for food, and Claire is at this point actively trying to get this man to hit on her so that she can just have proof that it happened. And so he keeps acting like she's acting weird because he's really subtle around Phil with the entire thing, and Phil keeps being like, oh, sweetie, it's happening, like you're making it up in your head again. See how much you're throwing yourself at him? Then we see this man kiss his, we finally have Claire call him out, or we have Phil call him out, and then as they're leaving, his daughter and his housekeeper and, like, someone else in the house leave, and Greg Kinnear's character kisses each of them on the mouth. And so it's supposed to be like this normalized thing that this man does, and it's supposed to be very silly that Claire feels so self-conscious about it and so uncomfortable with it, because this man is doing it with everyone. Like, he does it with all the women in his life. It's not just with Claire, it's with his daughter, it's with his housekeeper, it's with any woman in his life. So therefore it's acceptable, and therefore Claire is just so silly for having been made uncomfortable out of it, because this is such a great guy. This is such a great person. And this is like, he's so good, and he's so rich, and he's like such a good benefactor to so many people and communities, and he tries so hard to listen to people and see with his eyes open instead of shut, and really understand different communities and help women and all these other things. Where his character, like we're told throughout the episode, is amazing. He's perfect. He's phenomenal. But we also see how uncomfortable he makes Claire. But because he's such a good guy, and everyone knows him as such a good guy, and everyone knows that he's just such a great guy, he's so charming, he's so cool, he's so wonderful. Because of that, Claire is just silly. Claire's discomfort of the entire thing is made to be, by the end of the episode, a funny little joke, a funny little ha-ha, a funny little hee-hee, because we, as the audience, have also seen Claire getting assaulted by this man. It's assault. He's kissing her on the mouth without her consent. That's assault. He's assaulting her. He's harassing her a little. She's uncomfortable. She can't find a way to say that he's making her uncomfortable because she wants her husband to tell him he's making her uncomfortable, because it's in that piece, her husband's job, that her husband is working for that man. Her husband's trying to woo that man, and so her husband continuously gaslights her over this entire thing happening. And at first, Claire isn't even fully uncomfortable with it. She becomes more and more uncomfortable with it throughout the entire episode, while this man keeps doing these things and while her husband keeps not believing her. The first time she's just like, hey, just so you know, he kissed me. It was a little weird, but like, you know, he's lonely. Just like make sure that you like tell him not to do that again, okay? And Phil mocks her and pities her and acts like she just has to be told that she's hot every now and then, and he's not doing that, and he should be a better husband by doing that. So sorry, honey. But what Claire is actually asking for in this moment is for the thing that is happening to her to not only be acknowledged, but to be believed. Because sure, by the end of the episode, we receive proof that what this man did maybe wasn't with bad intent. Maybe it's just something that he does with all women. But that doesn't mean that Claire's discomfort is any less reasonable. And all that we are told as the audience by the end of the episode is that actually Claire's being unreasonable again. Phil is right again. The funny butt of the entire joke is that Greg Kinnear just kisses all women on the lips, even his daughter, which definitely isn't creepy at all. I mean, Donald Trump does that with Ivanka. Definitely not weird. Definitely not gross. So, just, I don't know. I know, and I think that you know, and I'm hoping that you know, because there are things that are happening in the world right now where everybody's mad at a woman for making claims and allegations because now there's proof that they didn't happen, and the guy that the allegations are against is such a good guy. And all of the proof is just circumstantial stuff where she's being polite to a man who she claimed made her uncomfortable in those very same scenes where she wouldn't have been able to say that he was making her uncomfortable. And everyone's dogpiling on the woman for being so terrible because this man's been proven to be so great in the past. And a voice for the voiceless. The entire world is frozen. The entire world is frozen. My driveway is a block of ice. My deck is a block of ice. My roof is slowly but surely having the ice slide off. And when that happens, there are large thuds. But we're fine. It's fine. No one's going under the roof. Anyways. I just want to make it clear. Because today I literally blocked someone when I was watching a Scarlett Johansson video. A Scarlett Johansson SNL 50 video where everyone just kept bringing up Blake Lively, and Blake Lively must be hating this and mocking her because of all these things that are coming up. And everything that's coming up is proof that she's a terrible person, was literally proven to be part of the plan that Justin Baldoni's agency was putting into place for this exact scenario, and it's still working. I don't care how terrible of a person she seems like. I don't care. I care that a woman said that a man was making her uncomfortable while she was working with him, and I care that there was proof of these moments, and that the man even said, oh yeah, no, I did show her this, but it was meant with good intentions, and that this man is literally famous for saying, I have to believe all women, even when that woman's allegations are against me, and he's fucking not. So like, I don't know, fuck everyone who is in a year and a half or 2 years gonna say, we owe Blake Lively an apology. We owe her an apology, because it's gonna happen. It always happens. And I'm fucking tired. Because we see it all the time, and then TV episodes will bring it up, and the end of the episode will try and tell us, oh, actually, we shouldn't have believed the woman at all. Because this guy does it to all these other women and they're okay with it, so therefore that woman shouldn't have been offended at all. And that's the entire story, and that's the entire meaning of the episode. And you know what? I'm so fucking tired. I'm exhausted. And I'm sick of having it come up on my Instagram feed and my TikTok feed and my fucking Threads feed when I decide to use that for some godforsaken reason. And people just mock woman. And yeah, I'm not saying that Blake Lively's a good person. I'm not. She's done things that maybe aren't great, but a lot of what she did was in her early 20s. And also, most of what she did was years and years and years ago. And people get so mad at her for these things where she's literally doing the same thing as everyone else in that video. And they're still only mad at her because they're looking for a reason to be mad at her because people have not liked her since she did Gossip Girl. And I'm fucking tired. Okay, bye.